What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Unpopular opinion. You know what? Matter of fact, I can't even say unpopular. It's a popular topic. My opinion might even be popular, but it just may not be agreed on. Women who won't let a man lead. And I know that phrasing might be weird because people say, what you mean to let a man lead? Let meaning that when a man does come into the picture who has the qualities to lead, has a leadership mentality and the qualities, like I said, and he's being hindered by a woman who wants that position, who wants to interfere with his leadership, with his role of leadership. That's what I mean, let. She's not letting, she's not allowing it. She's not falling into a place that allows that man to do what he's born to do. Now, there are a lot of guys who don't have or haven't developed those qualities yet. So in that regard, when they link up with women who may even be willing to let a man lead, they're not qualified. That's why I said that word earlier. And now the woman feels that she has to take it on herself to say, okay, you know what? I got to do it. I'll be the one to do this. I'll take over. So now she falls into a masculine role and she's doing things that she feels like the man should do. As a man, if you are a man who has those qualities and you are like, hey man, you know, I'm the head of this household, I'm the head of this relationship, and I'm taking charge to make decisions that I'm supposed to make, and you know, and you have someone who always wants to butt heads with you and bump heads with you over the reins of that leadership. And as a man, you have a decision to make. And unfortunately, when you're married, it makes that decision a lot tougher because maybe you didn't know that it was going to be like that. Maybe you didn't court long enough or investigate deep enough. Y'all didn't get to know each other on a level where you would know coming in. Or maybe you thought, you know, maybe that persona was presented to you, and then when it was time to fulfill it, the mask got snatched off and they switched up on you. So now you got a decision to make. You have to remove yourself from the situation. If it doesn't get better, if conversation and communication does not improve the situation, to try to give understanding and say, look, this is what it's got to be, and that gets rejected, then unfortunately that leads to, well, not always unfortunately, sometimes fortunately, that leads to those relationships coming to an end. Because a man who is a leader, a man who's a real man, the last thing he wants to do and the last thing he will do is put up and tolerate a woman who wants to be as masculine as he is, a woman who doesn't trust his leadership, a woman who wants to fight for that particular seat of power. What the woman has to understand is that she has a power seat. She has a place that is absolutely a power seat, and it's a place that a man cannot or should not try to interfere with as well. So it works both ways. The problem is that in today's world, a lot of women don't want that role. They don't want to accept that role. And I'm just keeping it real. And relationships have become competitions where, you know, it's about fighting to see who's going to run things. Or a woman may come in from the jump. Ain't no dude gonna run me. Ain't nobody gonna run me. Don't nobody tell me what to do, where to go, what I can wear. I come and go as I please. And well, then you need to stay single for the remainder of your life, because the problem is a lot of women who think like that, who want to run the show, they don't have problems getting a man. They just have problems keeping one. And that's just the reality. They can get a man, but they're not going to keep one, because even the weakest dude at some point is going to be like, for the most part, there's some guys who put up with that for life, but the average guy at some point they gotta file out, because they're not built like that. It's not in their nature to accept that. And it's not even in the woman's nature to behave like that. She's stepping outside her nature. But when she comes across a man, because most women will say, well, if I find a man that's really a leader, that can really do all that, I'll submit to that man. You should have that mindset coming in. And it should be the other way around. It should be the other way around. It should be, well, I'll come in with that mindset. But if I see that this Negro ain't that, then not that I'm going to try to take over the household. It should be that you should be like, nope, I got to move on. Just like the man should move on. It's not for you to say, well, I'm going to take over. I'll be the man and the woman. No, then that guy wasn't for you. Just like that woman is not for you who wants to try to take over the household. And in this day and age, those roles have been made to be such a negative thing, such a wrong thing. And women will argue you down and fight tooth and nail to tell you how messed up that is, when the truth is, we didn't make the rules as men. We didn't make the rules, because a lot of those same women, respectfully and unfortunately, they'll go to church, they'll say they love God and worship God and all this good stuff here, but they don't want to fall in line with the order that he set up. Does that make the man perfect? No. Because trust and believe, we know. Well, I ain't gonna say we know. I know I ain't. But a lot of men know that we're not perfect in a lot of things that we have to work on. But the foundation of just having that spirit and having that mentality is a start. But no man wants to argue and wrestle with a woman all the time. Every decision you make, you got to fight and go to war with this woman, because she's competing with you, or she's competing with you to be dominant in the relationship. It's not for you as a woman to be dominant in the relationship. That's just straight up talk. It's not for you to be that way. If you commit to a man, trust a man based on the qualities that you believe you committed to. Trust in him to make the right decision. Is he going to make the right decision every time? No, he's going to mess up sometime. But when he messes up, what are you going to do? Oh, see, I told you. That's why I knew I should have. Or are you going to support that dude, support that man, and try to figure out a way to uplift him, come back to the table, and get him back out there to try to get it right this next time? If you don't have it in your mind that you can be governed in the proper way that a man should govern his household, which includes a woman, child, if there's a child there, then again, like I say, you'll never have a problem getting one, but you'll always have a problem keeping one. All right, man, it's your big brother K-Rino. Y'all subscribe to this channel and always have your notifications on, and subscribe to the Underground Dialogue podcast. A new episode is up with the legend Orange Juice Jones. Y'all don't want to miss that one. I'll catch y'all later on. Peace.